Ho ho buddies, welcome to Borderline Games. I'm Gareth and today we're playing the 100 Lineless Defense Academy, and last time on the 100 line we knocked Nigo into a wall, or Takamaru did, and apparently that meant that Gota could hack into Nigo and help us escape because we're all brainwashed. And what's just happened literally right now? How do I get to the log? How do I get to the log? Log is not there. Why is there not a log? Transcript. So we've got to think about the brainwashing, our reason for fighting, our right to run away. There was a lot to think about, but I didn't have time. We didn't have time. Let's go. Gota said yesterday that the escape pod from Second to Last Defense Academy will launch in 3 days, and we've got to persuade everyone in 3 days. That's the day after tomorrow. There's no time to change paths or look for other options. I have to stay on the one I decided was right for me. But who do I start with? It can't just be anyone. There's a definite possibility that this decision will make or break this whole plan. I need to choose carefully. The person most likely to hear me out is... Time to choose. Who would you pick? Who's going to hear me out? Haruko? I think Haruko will hear me out. Totally Haruko. Right? She'll listen. Maybe I should talk to Haruko first. You're acting a little strange lately, you know that. Strange how? If you haven't noticed anything, then forget it. I'll take care of this myself. Haruko had been concerned about me before. Come to think of it, perhaps she'd already realised there was a chance I'd been brainwashed. And that's not all. You said your suspicions grew after what Sirei said about brainwashing, right? You mean about me, right? You've been saying something's off about me. Tell me, please, what was that about? Why did you think something was off about me? Oh, that. I'm sorry about that, I was imagining things. Maybe Haruko's under some kind of brainwashing as me. The same kind of brainwashing as me. Some kind of secondary brainwashing. That would explain why she suddenly took back what she said about me seeming strange and stopped suspecting Sirei. In that case, I better hurry and get her to take the pill. Where is she? Oh! What is it you want to talk about so badly? You're creeping me out. Please, just stay cool and hear me out. We don't have to fight anymore, we can just run away. If you're not joking, then can I safely assume that you've finally lost your mind? I'm not joking, and I'm not crazy. A crazy person wouldn't be aware that they lost their mind anyway. Please, just hear me out. I looked Haruko directly in her eyes. She in turn glared directly back at me. Fine. Let's hear it. I relayed everything Gota had told me the day before. She noted that her head was in a daze, just like mine was, so I had her take the pill. Once she did, her mind seemed to become clearer. It seems I have no choice but to believe you. That said, she still appeared reluctant to accept all of it. The anti-Exodus faction, our brainwashing to give us a reason to fight. The secondary brainwashing to make us obedient to Sirei, and the escape pod to Second to Last Defense Academy. It was out there, it wasn't too there. One by one, Haruko came to terms with all of these assorted details. And lastly, here. No need to force yourself to read it, I'm just giving you the option. Did you look at the clue about your brainwashing in your envelope? No, I got cold feet and I figured I wasn't ready, it wasn't really necessary. You pathetic coward. Is what I'd like to say, but I'm not looking at mine either, for roughly the same reason. With that, Haruko tossed the envelope she'd just received onto her desk. We should start discussing what we're going to do from here. But would you give me a moment alone first? Sure, but why? There's something I need to think about. It shouldn't take long. Go wait for me in your room. Alright, yes ma'am. I'll go over there. Perhaps Haruko asked for the moment to think so she could briefly let out her tears. Or maybe she actually did want to see the envelope's contents, but without me there. Whichever the case may be, I did as she asked and headed back to my room. Not even 10 minutes had passed before I heard my doorbell ring. It's open. It's open. Oh. Hey there, Samino. Just wanted to check how you're doing. What are you doing here? Oh, you know perfectly well. Why play dumb now? Fine. If you're gonna force me to say it, you were sold out. Sold out? Who would do that? No, I suppose it goes without saying. Haruko. She must have been pretending to believe me and asked for time to think so she could report me to Sirei. It wouldn't have been too hard for her to pretend to swallow the red pill to trick me either. Oh. Ugh. Damn it. I want a do-over. That was an ending. Alright, okay. That seemed like a fake ending. Conspiracy route plans exposed. Number 17. Okay. Save. Yes. So if I go to Haruko, it was exposed? That's crazy. Zoom in. So hang on. Chapter... So what's this? Conspiracy route. Who will you persuade first? So that's Kurara. Okay, so I've got to go... here. Before decision. Yeah. Oh man, I love this game. So many things to explore. Skip it. How do I skip it? Can't skip it. I didn't think it was going to be a immediate dead end. Kurara. Okay, let's go for Kurara. And it has a little tick, so I know which one I did. Awesome. Maybe I should go to Kurara first. She seems pretty down when I spoke to her yesterday. It's not like her to show her true feelings like that.
Why am I the one who's still alive?
Kurara.
I should have been the one who died.
We don't need to fight anymore. I'll bet Kurara wants to hear those words more than anything else right now. In her state, she's bound to accept all this craziness about the anti-Exodus faction and the brainwashing pretty much at face value. A twinge of guilt crept into my heart. My personal feelings were of no concern at that moment. There she is.
What do you need to talk about so badly that you'd come to my room, uninvited? If it's some mundane drivel, I'll tear the skin right off your face.
Starting off on a strong note, I see. More important than that, though, I have to come right out and tell her. Kurara, we don't have to fight anymore. We can just run away.
Huh? If this is a joke, it's even more lame than I'd expect from you.
I'm serious.
What? And that's supposed to make me believe you?
Please, just hear me out. I look Kurara directly in the eyes. Or wherever her eyes are supposed to be. She in turn glared directly back at me. This is exactly the same as Haruko.
Tell me everything.
And so I did. I relayed everything Gota had told me the day before. Kurara didn't exhibit any of the dazed sensation that I'd felt. It appeared that her brainwashing was only to instill her reason for fighting. Once she finished listening to my explanation, she spoke in a low murmur.
It all sounds pretty far-fetched.
Yeah, I know, but I believe it. I want you to believe it too if you can. I want you to trust me, so we can go back to the artificial satellite together.
But you must understand. As a proud daughter of the Osuzuki clan, I could never run away, no matter the... No. It can't be.
Kurara's expression clouded over mid-sentence as if she'd just realised something. Ah, okay, that's the reason why she wouldn't run away from a fight. That apprehension seemed to stoke my own feelings of guilt, but I pressed ahead all the same. If your pride as an Osuzuki is what's making you fight, then maybe that's part of the brainwashing they did to you. The real Osuzukis might not be the prominent family that Kurara believed them to be. Or maybe she wasn't even part of the Osuzuki family at all. If her obligation to her family was the foundation of what motivated her to keep fighting, any of that was possible. Here. In case you need it. I was told it contains a clue about your brainwashing.
A clue?
Yeah, they said a straight explanation would be too shocking.
Alright, I'll take a look. Hand it over.
Kurara snatched the envelope from my hand. You're going to open it?
Of course. Naturally I'm scared, but... I would be simply miserable living with the possibility of... that which I hold most dear being fake. I can't have that haunting me forever. If what's in here can dispel the mystery, then that's a chance I'll have to take.
You're one tough girl.
Of course. I am an Osuzuki after all. I will be until I open this envelope anyway.
With that sharp remark, Kurara opened the envelope. Inside was a single sheet of paper which she cast her eyes over intently. What's it say?
It's about my father. It says he died 5 years ago. Sure enough, I have no memory of this. I had no idea he was dead. In fact, I remember him being in fine health right before I came to this school.
So your brainwashing was to make you forget about your father's passing?
Yes, if I'm to trust this note, that seems to be the case. But more than that, my father, Kurama Osuzuki, was head of the Osuzuki clan. If he's dead, then the family is no more. I think we can say that my brainwashing was actually about the state of the Osuzuki family itself. The one thing that's kept me fighting up to this point has been my pride as an Osuzuki. And according to this note, all of that was a lie. My father's been dead for 5 years, and I forget about the fall of the Osuzuki family. And I forgot about the... my father's been dead for 5 years, and I forgot about the fall of the Osuzuki family. No. I was made to forget.
About that envelope. Was there anything else in there besides the stuff about your father's passing?
Well, this piece of paper here is a copy of his death certificate. The cause of his death was cancer. Plain and simple.
I see.
This is a bit too disheartening, isn't it? I imagine the clue would be a little less hard-hitting than something like this. Those anti-Exodus simpletons are painfully straightforward. Their lack of consideration is rather off-putting.
I agree.
Naturally, this doesn't mean that I accept this sheet as the absolute truth. This goatee you told me about could be making it all up. He could be deceiving you, and in turn deceiving me as well.
Yeah, that's a possibility too. There's no proof as to whether this brainwashing stuff is true or not. It's really just a matter of choosing who to trust.
I suppose so. Yes, I understand. That's why I'm choosing to trust you, Takumi.
You are.
I don't like it, but it seems like there's some credibility to what you've told me. If there's a chance we can go home without fighting, I want to hold on to it. I just feel a kind of regret holding me back. If I believe you and we choose to stop fighting and run away, then the others who died, what was the point of their sacrifice? Their deaths will have been in vain, won't they?
Another choice. Okay. So do I say, no, they won't be in vain, or yes, they would have been in vain? Were our friends' deaths in vain? Do we stay silent? Or do we say no? Interesting. Maybe I should say no? Or is she not going to trust me if I say that? Is that a mistake? They weren't in vain.
Huh? What do you mean? I mean, you're alive because Gaku died, aren't you? So oh, that was the other guy. That was me. So because I'm alive, Gaku's death wasn't in vain. The only purpose for his life was to keep me alive. Is that what you're saying?
No, that's not what I meant.
Then what did you mean? What train of thought derailed you into thinking that you can tell me their deaths were anything more than senseless tragedies? If you're just saying whatever you think sounds right to fit the mood, I'll end you here and now.
I'm sorry, that wasn't very considerate of me. But even if my logic doesn't hold up, I still don't want to admit that their deaths were pointless. I don't want them to have died in vain.
I feel the same way. I don't want them to have died in vain. That's why I've decided to keep fighting.
Uh-oh. Huh?
That's the only way I can truly honor their memories. All this talk about their sacrifice allowing us to sneak away to the artificial satellite. About how their spirits live on with us. No matter what, I refuse to talk myself into that kind of self-deception. I'll fight and I'll win. I'll get through these 100 days then, and only then, I'll be able to finally say that their deaths weren't in vain. And when I die, I'll be able to look them in the eyes in the afterlife.
But...
No! Ands or buts about it!
Oh, I love this. Gah.
You don't want their lives to have been wasted either, do you, Takumi? Then firm up your resolve and get your ass in gear. Stop spewing this hypocrisy. If you really want their deaths to mean something, running away from your responsibilities is the last thing you should be thinking of. Let's fight. Let's win this war. Let's hold up to what we can.
You're right. I'd failed to persuade Kurara. Yet somehow it seemed like this wasn't the wrong choice. It felt like we were on the right path after all. Oh. Huh?
Dear me, you do have a way with words, don't you? But if you're not able to translate them into positive action, they'll never be anything more.
Okay. Whoa, okay. Hang on. Is this how this path is going to be? Alright. Conspiracy route, empty words. Sure. Alright. So this is no. Let's go here. Before decision. Oh, we can do after decision. Is that what it said before? Yeah, we can go after decision. Right? What? Is that... Hang on, what? Right. Chapter select. Here do I go? Here. Before decision. Right. Decide. Before decision. Okay. So I want to say nothing. Why would Goto do that? They weren't in vain. If I had to put the sentiment into words, I could have phrased it that way. It was only because of our friend's sacrifice that we could now escape. In that sense, their deaths definitely had meaning. Or something to that effect. But saying that would be insincere. Dishonest. They didn't die so that we could be free. They fought to win and died fighting. In a war, they were tricked into joining at that. I couldn't find any significance in their deaths. In a sense, their deaths were nothing but the unfortunate result of their being manipulated. That was a much more cold-hearted way of putting it, but it was closer to how I really felt about it.
Don't just stand there with that dopey look on your face. Say something!
Sorry.
Well, I'm glad that you didn't give me some half-assed positivity at least.
What do you mean?
Part of me wanted to cling on to anything that would gloss over this whole situation. If you'd said something carelessly optimistic, it would have been way too tempting to get on board with it. But your silence just now let me know it's okay to feel this despair. I'm glad.
I see.
Can you give me 30 minutes to myself?
Sure, but why?
So I can tell Siri, nothing? Take a wild guess. I don't want you to see me cry.
I'm not sure we'd see that anyway. Big tomato head.
I'm going to think about how my father is probably dead, and the Ozuzuki clan with him. And I'll also think about our friends' meaningless deaths while I'm at it.
Right.
When I'm done crying, I'll place my trust in you, and we can start thinking about what we can do from here on. I just need a little time.
I understand. Thanks. I waited for Kurara in my room. Her father's gone and her friends died in vain. It's also horrible that no one would want to believe it, but in spite of all that, she still chose to trust me. She really is one tough girl. Just as the 30 minutes were up, Kurara arrived at my room.
Pardon the wait.
Are you okay?
Of course, who do you take me for? Though I guess I should probably drop the smug act from here on out. Now that my father's dead, the proud Ozuzuki family name has died with him.
I think you can keep it up if you want. Even if the Ozuzuki family is no more, you're still the same proud Kurara Ozuzuki as before. What?
Nothing. I was simply impressed you were able to offer a few half-decent words of encouragement. I'd brace myself for you to rub salt in my wounds with some insincere inanities.
Oh, that was a different timeline, don't worry about that. Don't talk as if I were that kind of psychopath. Hey, don't talk to me like that.
Anyway, let's think about what we're going to do from here on. The escape pod takes off in 2 days, yes? We need to persuade the others to join us without Siri catching on before then. The more I think about it, the more this seems like a game that's impossible to win.
Yeah, I hear that. There's just not enough time. And keeping things out of Siri's notice is a tall order too.
If we fail to persuade even one of them, they'll probably go right to Siri and tell them what we're up to.
A lot of thinking happening.
Should we just give up?
Say what?
I'm kidding. Well, half kidding. There's a notable disparity between our goals and the obstacles in our way. Even without Siri keeping an eye on us, 2 days would be a tight window to convince everyone. To start with, we'll need to do something about Siri.
What kind of something?
Who knows? The only thing that comes to mind is smashing him to pieces.
Huh?
Huh?
Smash him to pieces? It's possible, someone's done it before. It's not an option, right?
I suppose so. Yes. That might work. At first I thought it would be too dangerous, not to mention against the rules, but desperate times calls for desperate measures. And Siri's rules are a bunch of hogwash anyway.
If we destroy him before we persuade the others, we won't need to worry about anyone blowing our cover if we fail to convince them. We can even bring anyone we don't convince to the artificial satellite by force if we have to.
It's more than satisfactory. So what do we do? The clock's ticking, we need to act fast. I'm more than fine with taking him out, but I'll leave the final choice to you.
Great, here we go. Well, in that case, I feel like each one of these is like a yes or no to an immediate end, isn't it? We've got a bunch of dead ends here. Destroy Siri. Is that gonna be bad in the long run? Let's say yes. Let's say we destroy him. Let's say this is the wrong option just so we get out of the way, you know? It's your future. Alright, let's destroy Siri. I don't think we have any other choice.
Fine by me. It's just a kind of shake-up this place could use. But destroying him won't be a simple matter. Maybe we should take a page out of the Lunatic Ato's books. Maybe we should take a page out of that Lunatic Ato's book. If I recall correctly, he actually managed it in your last timeline, didn't he? He asked to speak with Suri alone while the rest of us were sleeping, under the guise of learning how to use Hemoanima. And once he did transform, he immediately used his class weapon to destroy Suri.
Yeah, and he pulled it off in my previous 100 days. Suri did blow Ito up when he made his move, but the Revivomatic brought him right back to life. He showed up afterwards, feigning ignorance about the whole incident.
Of course, we'll need to come up with some sort of setup. We'll only get one shot at this.
The problem is, what should that setup be? Suri is going to be much more cautious of us calling on him now than he was back when Ito did. Ding dong! Who is it? Uh-oh.
It's me, Nigo. There's something I'd like to talk with you about. May I come in?
Uh-oh. He said Nigo, but should we assume it's really Goto? Nigo can't come back somehow, can he? What colour is the envelope?
Oh, what's this now? Some manner of password? Some well-known song lyrics, perhaps?
A chill ran down my spine. For whatever reason, Nigo's original personality seemed to have reasserted itself.
Sorry, just my little joke.
Huh?
The envelope is red, and so is the pill.
So not funny.
Well then, pardon the intrusion. Oh, Kurara Osazuki, does this mean?
Yeah, I won her over to our side. We were just planning on how we were going to persuade the others to get on board as well.
So you're Goto. So it's your fault that my brain is at its boiling point right now. Oh my, sorry, I know all too well that I'm asking the impossible.
Let's put that aside. You had something you wanted to talk about.
Actually, I only mentioned that as an excuse to come visit you as Nigo. It's entirely possible that someone could have seen me come here after all. What I really wanted was to come and check on how your efforts were going. I assume Kurara is the only one you've managed to persuade so far.
Yeah, so far at least. But what are you doing here? You said you'd be at the second to last Defense Academy running maintenance on the escape pod. That should be plenty to keep you busy. Can't you leave the persuading to me, or is the maintenance finished already?
Oh, I must not have told you. The escape pod maintenance is all performed remotely. So I'll be here at this school the whole time until departure.
I feel like this is a big trick.
By the way, I'm doing maintenance at this very moment. I'll most certainly have to work up until the very last minute to get it done.
Okay.
Back to the subject of persuading everyone. Do you think you can do it in a day or two?
No, at least not if we do everything above board.
Above board?
Yeah, so we figured destroying Suri might make the job more feasible.
You'll destroy him?
Convincing everyone without him noticing will be difficult. No, frankly, it would be straight up impossible. That being the case, we thought it might be best to take Suri out of the equation first.
I see, so that's your move. It's such a clever strategy, I'm not sure why I didn't think of it before. Oh hey, I just thought of something brilliant!
Huh?
Something brilliant. To destroy Suri, we'll need to call him to some place that's deserted at that time. And you're the perfect lump of metal for the job. You can do it for us, Goto. If you tell him after there's an emergency sometime after lights out and ask him to come with you, we'll be able to trap him without any fear of raising suspicion.
That's not a bad idea. Kurara's plan certainly sounded like the most natural approach. Will you do it?
Of course. It should really be me taking care of everything, so I'll do whatever I can to help. I swear by the name of Anti-Exodus Faction, I'll make this operation a success.
I think there's a trap. There's an ambush happening.
Eddie, so you never know when the invaders might have... Well then.
Good night. That night I felt strangely conflicted. I was extremely anxious about our plan, and yet it didn't feel real. We were actually going to destroy Suri. We figured out the plan step by step. Goto pretending to be Nigo, would soon lead Siri here. He'd tell him that something crazy had happened in the cafeteria and to come quickly. When he got here, I'd be waiting for him. I'd be in my class armor and ready to attack. Kurara would be on standby in an empty classroom nearby, ready to deal with any unforeseen developments. Goto would give the signal to attack. Being the closest to Siri, it would be easiest for him to gauge when he lets his guard down. It seemed like the perfect plan. Other than the fact that I didn't really want to destroy Siri. But I'd have to set those feelings aside. The door opened. Oh, there they are. So what the heck's going on in here? You said there was some emergency in the cafeteria.
Oh yes, we have to deal with it this very minute, or it'll get out completely of hand. It'll get completely out of hand.
Really? Because I don't see anything here to deal with. Are you sure you didn't just hear some bugs skittering around, or something equally pointless?
I...
Suddenly Goto looked my way. His eyes met mine from my hiding place in the shadows. Now go. And on Goto's mark. Oh, do we go or not? So if I'm right, if everything is like a fail or succeed, then the previous one was the right thing to do. Let us say destroy him. Yes. I'm sorry. What the? Shit. I wondered if it was like this for Ato as well. It was incredibly easy cutting Siri in half. But in the next instant... Ping! A mechanical sound rang out from my chest. I blacked out on the spot alongside a fit of intense pain. Day 36.
Hey, come on, just how long are you going to sleep? Get up already.
So it was a success. I woke up to Kurara's voice and slowly realised that I was back in my room. Did it work?
It sure did. You did splendidly. You split Siri clean in two. Then he activated the bomb in your chest and blew you into bits. The drone carried the pieces to the infirmary, and once you were reassembled, I brought you back here. You spent the night out cold, and now here you are. Here we are. I've already cleaned up the mess that your blood and Siri's remains left behind, of course.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
But the next step is going to be crucial. Do you remember our plan for today?
Yeah. We were going to meet up with the rest of the team in the cafeteria and try to persuade them to join us. Now that Siri was out of the picture, there wasn't any need to sneak around and talk to them one by one.
I already told the others to meet us in the cafeteria at noon. It's almost that time now. We should get going.
I just had to hope it would work all out. Nope. I just had to hope it would work. I just had to hope it would all work out. I just had to hope it would all work out. And yet, that hope was a frightfully cold and detached one. When Kurara and I arrived at the cafeteria, everyone except Siri, Goto, and Ato was there. What the hell, you two? You've got some balls calling us all here and showing up last? Sorry. Never mind that, just hurry up and tell us what you wanted to talk to us about. Judging from that timid expression of yours, Mr. Samino, it's something serious.
Not to mention that it's so rare for you to be the one to reach out to us, Kurara.
Right, I could understand if it was Takumi making the call.
I simply took a little interest in how my slaves were doing, nothing more.
Who are you calling slaves? Oh, wait. Where are Siri and Nigo? You must have called them here too, right?
Nigo is busy with another task, so he's been excused. As for Siri...
Kurara glanced my way. I took that as my signal to speak. Siri's not coming. And we're going to see how this is going to go down with the rest of the group. Next time on Borderline Games, thank you so much for watching this episode of the 100 Lineless Defense Academy, and I'll see you next time. Have a good evening, take care of yourselves, bye-bye! Bye-bye-bye-bye-bye-bye!